Hello. Let's write some code. So the current status is yesterday I wrote all this code to implement like a raw HTTP server. This is forked from my SCGI server implementation, where these acronyms aren't like the most really valuable. Like HTTP is like the actual standard that like browsers send web requests in, where SCGI is like a simplified version of it, but it's a standard that like Nginx or some other web server can like run in front of your server and like convert HTTP into SCGI to make it like easier to handle. And in retrospect, I'm not sure it ever got any easier. I think it might be easier to like define like a meta-programmed like an LR parser for or something. But I mean, HTTP really doesn't seem all that complicated when I read about it. So yeah, yesterday I wrote all this code. I started out yesterday thinking maybe I should implement support for WebSockets. And in poking around at that, I realized, well, that's going to be kind of hard to have a server that speaks both SCGI and WebSocket. Like, you kind of have to like speak HTTP in order to handle WebSockets, at least like initially. So I'm starting with HTTP, and then maybe I'll get to WebSockets. And I could believe that at some point it'll become really obvious that like we might still want Nginx in front of us to do like SSL cert termination or like HTTP2, you know, like support for more modern standards that I might not want to get to, or even like you know, HTTP1 has support for like gzipped content and stuff. Which like I might want that sort of like encoding layer handled by Nginx and like decompressed before it gets shipped to us, which seems like maybe like it wouldn't be sort of like spiritually, like it would not be like an ideal perpetual like forever into the future situation, but like a really useful tool to like bootstrap. It's similar to how supporting SCGI first was a great way to bootstrap into Nginx strategically up until now. But I think for now the plan is turn off Nginx, run my HTTP parsing code, and like see how far we can get just like messing with raw HTTP 1.1, knowing that like realistically sometime soon we're going to need to do more with Nginx or a lot more HTTP code in order to like keep up. Alright, so let's do it. Sorry, I was checking my notifications there. Okay, so I think it's maybe just like a tiny change to Docker Compose, where up until now I've had the database and Nginx, and this one's now be ports. I want to pull this port up here. What was this saying? Port 7080? Oh yeah, this is saying that like port 80 in the Nginx container should get mapped to port 7000 publicly. And now I just want to say it's like 7000 both inside and outside of the container. We don't need that anymore at all. Oh, hi! It's a nice dog. Nice dog emoji in the chat. Thanks. Oh, hello! The whole team's here. Ready to watch me parse some HTTP requests? Alright, I'm gonna get into it. Okay, so I have this. I could tell that I was not BB. It was pretty clear. But thanks for the clarification. That sounds right. Alright, so I'm gonna clear some of this out. I'm gonna get rid of this. Get rid of this. Oh, I'm gonna have to end this first. Do it! Or you could, like, build an HTTP parser for the restaurant. So my hope is that if I just do this, I can just like now hit my my own service. And this should say like not found. Oh, empty response. Alright, what are we doing here? Huh. Oh, that's right. I didn't even, yeah, of course. Okay, so for one thing, I think I only did like half the work I needed to do. I think I like turned off Nginx. Oh no. No websites for the restaurant. I have to like replace, actually have to call my HTTP server instead of the SCGI one. Okay. And then the other thing, do I really want to play with the development? I don't think I want this anymore. Yeah, okay. I think I'm also going to disable, I did all this work to get, like, hot reloading working. And I don't think I want that either. So let me, turn off some of that stuff, delete this again. And now, if I spin things up again, and build. So now, I think this is like how I want to be running the web server anyway. Like compile it and run it myself. Seg fault. Immediate crash. Okay, well that's something. I wonder where that happened. So I think I just gotta write a whole bunch of print statements in here to figure out where my segmentation fault happened. A segmentation fault is like the worst kind of crash for non-systems programmers in the audience. I don't know, like the worst, but like a pretty unrecoverable one. So I'm just gonna like print out what's happening in this default handle. Maybe in here I'll be like received processing a connection, and then here anytime I'm like reading, I bet this is related to like reading stuff and parsing stuff. I'm gonna yeah, just like print out whenever I'm reading from the request. To parse headers. Yeah. About to read body. And the segmentation fault means that I'm almost certainly like reading into an unsafe place where like I can't actually like read that memory. Alright, let's try again. About to parse headers, and then we hit a seg fault. Cool. It's probably in here. I wonder if I feel like this should be fine. What do we do in here? Do I free anything in here? No. I think I was worried about these slices. They might be a problem. But I feel like each HTTP line is like its own string, and that shouldn't seg fault. Forgot a new line. Okay, what's going on here, huh? This all looks right. These look like headers. This is promising. Wonder if I can, like... Like, where... What header are we blowing up on? Oh, interesting. Okay. So we add the header, reading next line of headers, seg fault. Uh-huh. And if I look at the browser's network tab, I wonder if this, like, knows... Like, what headers it thinks it's sending in this, like, failed request. We can see, like, are we getting through all of them, or are we, like, not? So, like, up here... We have... Host appears in both places. Oh, this is probably pretty illegible, huh? Okay, maybe that's a little better. I don't know, how many do I have total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then maybe I'll just like count up the headers. I guess I can use that from result. Parsing header line 15. And then it crashes reading what would have been the 16th line. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, cool. So it's like hitting the end, and then it's like segfaulting at the very end here. Oops. And so it's got to be like read HTTP line is like crashing. Is like doing the segfault in here somehow. This is like a terrible way to debug, but alright. It just hit /r/n. Then segfault. I feel like I've got an off by 1 error on like empty strings. Like maybe it's even like here. Like if result account is 0 and then data points at like something. I don't know, let's see what happens. It's weird that this happens once in a while where it just sort of like hangs forever. Alright, so bytes is 13, 10, and then we just immediately segfault. Let's like print that we're like, I don't know, like red HTTP line. Okay, so we got out and then we segfault like here? I wonder what that's about. I wonder if I can just say like if result.count equals 2 bytes.count, return like an empty string. I don't know why that would help us, but I feel like that's the issue here, is that somehow my what's going on? Still seg faulting. Oh, I wonder if it's so it's like we hit /r/n and then we immediately break. Returning an empty string and then we segfault. Huh, okay. Well, that's confusing. So in parse HTTP headers, it's like in here? Oh, man, this is foolish on my part. We'd actually, we like succeed in return parsing that. We like get to the bottom of this thing. Okay, so parse HTTP headers here. We like succeed here. And then we segfault maybe in here? I wonder if we're like not getting a content length. And that's why we segfault. Maybe I could have just like known from looking at the headers here. Yeah, no content length. Okay, okay, maybe that's it. That sounds about right. Maybe my strategy to rely on a content length was just like a bad idea from the start. Yeah, we got a null. Okay, that's easy. Oh man, that took me way too long to figure out. Let me get rid of all these prints. So I had an assumption that we could use this, which might actually be sort of antiquated, feature in HTTP called content length, to know like how like when you submit an HTTP request, it's got like a whole bunch of content in it, and like sometimes they'll tell you like how much, like how big it's gonna be. Like curl does that, which is this command line tool. But apparently our thing does not do that. Like if I just curl users, what would happen here? We get an empty response, so we still get a segfault. Okay. Well, maybe we never get... Oh, maybe get requests, it's like not present. Oh, that's an easy one. Okay. Let's say, cool. So like if we have a content length, header, then parse it, and if not, just set it to 0. That seems nice. Maybe this has to go up here, and then maybe like do this, and then I also want to like do an assert on read HTTP body success, and I can say like failed reading, unable to read This feels pretty good. So we'll say, like, if we have a content length header, then like we can expect a body to show up, but like we don't expect a body in a GET request, which is fine. This is solid. Okay. Okay, great. Let's try this again. Yeah. This feels great. This feels like a very fulfilling answer to why I was segfaulting, and also why I just misunderstood the HTTP spec, and it sure looks like it's working. Oh, dang. Doesn't look like it's working here. So what happens here? What is the response? Nothing. Huh, bummer. Let me print out the request. Like a build and run script. That sounds nice. Okay, what do we get? Handling. This sure looks like a thing. It says handled true, but we got like a failure here. I wonder if there's some kind of, we're like speaking the wrong response dialect now. Alright, well, handled thinks it's true. Let me look at like users controller. Okay, and I'll just say, wait, is this even the right one? This is index, yeah, that's what I'm hitting. Okay, so print responding. Okay, let's see how this goes. What do we get? I mean, this looks like HTTP to me. Is it not? Invalid response. Huh. I wonder what I'm getting wrong here. I wonder if it's like... Maybe it's like the content type? Let's try this. Oh wait, I gotta run it again. Failed. Huh. I wonder what's going on here. I think I gotta read more about HTTP, which is a little rough. What are responses supposed to look like? I don't know. Is this gonna be deep enough? No. What happened here? Huh. Failed reading line. What line? Well, that's curious. Well, let's get to... responses. HTTP 200 OK. That seems like what we sent. Oh no, we're not including any of the important stuff, right? We need HTTP 1.1, we need status code, status message. Great. Okay, okay. We're still speaking SCGI at the controller level. Okay, so this wants to be HTTP 11 200. Okay. And then there's some headers, which we're not even gonna mess with. Maybe content type is important. Yeah, let's do that. Text, plain. And then 2 new lines. And then the response. Let's try that. Okay, this could help. This could work. We're pretty close. What's going on this time? Oh, I have 3 T's in there? Of course that doesn't work. Ah? Huh. Do I not, like, terminate the response body? Yeah, look at this response. Look at this response. Wonder what that's about. This sure thinks it's still going. Do I have to close? Do I have to close a connection that I'm failing to close? Oh wow, I don't know if I'm ever closing this connection. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think I forgot to close the connection entirely. I wonder if I was doing that in SCGI land or if my like development server was like doing it. I also wonder why I'm keeping on saying handled false. That must be confusing. Oh, for the favicon. Okay, great. Alright, you know, I think that this seems like we speak HTTP. And if I fetch to do 263, oh, I'm gonna have to like make this speak HTTP as well, aren't I? Got some more work to do. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete SCGI server and the development implementation of SCGI server. These are no longer interesting to us. And I'm gonna say all my controllers now I have to update to speak proper HTTP. So anytime I say status 200 OK, I need to instead say HTTP 1.1. Yes. I thought there would be more of these. Huh? Whatever. Certainly these. That feels pretty good. Alright, what else have we got? That feels fine. This one needs to be an HTTP. Okay, great. Cool. Okay. Alright, gotta delete that. Probably can just delete this. And is there like one more I need to delete? I feel like there is. But I bet it'll become obvious soon. Hey! This is great. And we still have JSON and stuff. Okay, cool. This feels like a proper server. I think I will... what else do I want to do here? So there's some stuff that feels kind of fishy about, like, for example, it's very hard to have any like log observability if we're writing bytes straight to the connection this way, you know? And it feels pretty wrong for like every controller to need to speak a little bit of HTTP in order to make this work. Seems like certainly room for improvement. But this is a start. Okay, I think I want to make a couple more changes in here that I probably, like when I get in here, probably want to say, so some of these asserts don't want to be asserts. They probably just want to like be early exits. They would just want to like reject. And then in here, instead of handling requests, we probably want to say like a, oh, and this wants to be HTTP 1.1. Great. Okay. And here, we probably just want to like log the request, right? And I probably want to log request.method, request.path, request.body. That sounds about right. Seems useful. And certainly in like a more mature framework like Rails or something, we would want, cool, this feels great. I don't think I even need to say HTTP request. I think I can just say like, bam, get path with the body. This is awesome. Okay, and then with my patch here, what does this look like? Nothing. Well, that's kind of a bummer. Seems like my curl is not talking to the rest of my service. It says its upload completely sent off 29 out of 29 bytes. I don't know if we are reading bodies correctly here. Oh. What happened here? Unprocessable entity. Huh. What did we get? Well, that's a real bummer. Length 0. It's all wrong. So this, oh right, yeah. Whoops. I didn't actually implement anything to read the body. Okay, I forgot that I cut this corner yesterday. No wonder nothing works. Okay, so let's say, allocate an array. And then, what, I really just want to like read connection FD, content length. I guess I can do this like in a safe way, right? Okay, okay. bytes red, it's 0, while bytes red is less than content length. Bytes red plus equals read connection FD. Put it in HTTP body bytes.data. Oh dang, plus bytes red, I guess. That sounds about right. Size of U8 times content length minus bytes red. Yeah, okay, so this is sort of like remaining bytes. I think this is like fine. Yeah, and we'll just like hang forever if the thing ends. That seems pretty bad. I feel like this is a terrible way to do it, but maybe it'll just like get me through get me started. Oh, I got these arguments backwards. Okay, and then here I want to return result, or let's say body as a string. And I'll return body and true. Seems about right. Let's see how this goes. Nope. Hmm? Hmm. Hmm? No? I'm being super verbal right now. I think I just have like type issues with like typedness, with signedness here. Because like we do some subtraction, and like if we've already read more than the content length, the compiler doesn't know that should be impossible. So we got to do some assertions. All right, I think we're good. Let's try that. Still unprocessable. Oh, huh. Well, we have a body. That's nice. Okay, but we don't have it when we're logging. What's that about? Where is that? Like here? Uh-huh. Oh, I know. We're like, okay. I wonder if there's like a better way to say this. But I think that's what I want to do. I think here we were declaring a new variable called body, and then we were like throwing away the actual result that we cared about. Alright, we're awaiting connections. What do we get? Upload sent off. No chunk, no close, no size. Assume close to signal in. That's curious. Okay. Hey, we got a body. And now if I reload this, I think completed out was supposed to be null, and it appears to have remained null. Now if I change this to say some date. Oh, now completed at is some pointer. That's not ideal. Oh, man. Okay. So my JSON rendering doesn't handle pointers, so that's not really. This is this looks like it's actually like a chunk of a memory address. Yeah, not great. So it's like not awesome that it's growing. That seems leaky. Okay, well, what are we gonna do? I don't know. I mean, I'm down to call this like done that we speak HTTP well enough, you know? Like clearly like curl's sort of unhappy with us. So I bet that we're like not nailing it. Right? It says like no chunk, no close, no size, assume close to signal end. Like I wonder if we're supposed to say, oh, I bet 200 implies that there's a body. And like, I don't know if I even included in that case like 2 new lines or something. Right? Okay, let's look at to's controller. We submit an OK. Yeah, I wonder what that's about. Whatever, I'm gonna call it success. I'm gonna say, this is HTTP. We've gotten rid of Nginx. Things are 1 level simpler. And this is a good thing. Oh, I should kill this Nginx config because we're not actually using it. At first, I was just tweaking it to support WebSockets. Okay. Deleted the server script, which is great. We rewrote some things to take HTTP requests instead of SCGI. We updated things to speak HTTP instead of SCGI. Changed main, deleted the development server, typed some stuff that had been kind of untyped. HTTP. Yeah, this feels good. Oh yeah, and this is HTTP server, which is like fine. And we deleted SCGI server. Great, okay. Cool. We did it. We have HTTP. Alright. I feel like... So what have we uncovered here? There's like a lot more of HTTP that we could cover. There's like JSON rendering for pointer types. Which I think that's like an easy one. What else have we got? What else might we do? That seems so easy. I'll just do it right now. One thing is this probably doesn't want to be SCGI anymore. This probably wants to be like web. Yeah. Yeah, it feels like... Wait, what? What did I do? Oh boy. How did I delete these things? Oh, okay, there it is. Cool. Great. And let me find SCGI anywhere and change it to... Oh, what is this one? Yeah, this is wrong. Cool. Get this out of here. Yeah, we're just cleaning up. We're cleaning up. These all want to say web. Okay. What have I done? Deleted the server.j, which spun up the development SCGI server. Yeah, okay. And move some stuff. Remove some more SCGI references. Alright, what I really wanted to do was mess around in here with a nullable pointer type. It renders nullable types. Yep, Cool. We'll call this like result. This is gonna be a struct. I don't know. We'll just give it a string and an int. That seems fine. But really, I want this to be like results of type array of a struct with these things. That seems better. I don't know why I want it to be that way, but that's how I feel. Okay, so gonna declare one of these, and we're gonna say it is a toRender of an array of a string value null, one with a string value of something, one with an int value of null, I think these have to be equal signs. And one with an int value of something. I bet that won't be able to cast correctly, because you can't really do like a pointer to like a constant inline. I don't know, maybe you can. And I want to like expect. Okay, and I gotta do the same piping business, right? I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do these things, and I'll just change my expectation at the end. Okay, cool. I think all this stays. Oh no, this is a little different. To start with results, JSON array of results, and pass in toRender dot results. Okay, and then I'll call this one the result, and I'll render string value and int value. Get those out of there, don't need them anymore. Okay, so we're rendering just a single thing with the results. Okay, cool. And I expect to see an object with results, and it's like going to be array typed, and it's going to have what did I call it? Hello? I did. Okay, this looks like about what I expected. This feels pretty good. Excuse me. Line 56. Missing semicolon. Yes, that sounds about right. What do we got? What do we got? I need a dot here. Uh-oh. That's a bad sign. Oh, here, okay. Cannot take the address of a small constant. Yeah, I figured. So let me just like pull those out as this, right? I bet this still has a problem, but we'll see how this goes. Yeah. So one thing is, just to pause for a second, I think that there was like a new version of the compiler that came out, maybe like today, that did change some stuff about being able to take a pointer to a constant. So I'm gonna like upgrade my compiler version real quick, I think. I'm doing it on my other screen because it feels like don't know if I want to share that level of transparency with the universe. Of like what all is on my computer. Alright, J74. Alright, so here I should be able to remove the symlink. Yeah, and then do this with version 74. And then if I do this, what have we got? Actually, what version are we on now? 73. I think I gotta like restart my Docker stuff. Get you out of here. And Docker compose up, right? That was it. Alright, now if I open up my workspace, what version am I on? 74, great. Yep, still can't do it. Well, womp womp. Okay, so I'll just like build this up more mutatively. Okay, what do I need? Let's start with like with null string value. Actually, you know what I should? I think that this test is sort of poorly written anyway. Because it shouldn't, that's not even what I would really expect here. So let me just think this through. I'll just do one with like a null on both and one with like present on both, right? So like result with null values is a result which I now have to pull out. I don't know. This is gonna be like that. Okay, cool. This now is rendered value. And now result with present values is another one. And call this string values hello, present int value is gonna be like just something. Oh, that should be a number. Okay, great. And now I can set these to string builder, string value. Okay, so now I've set those pointers. Now I can declare to render. Oh no, I have to do like a values. Build and values. Result with null. Values result with present. And now I can finally say toRender is a toRender, and toRender.values gets values. Okay. I think we've done it. So now this thing looks correct, but this code is sort of wrong. This should say values. This should say value. We're in a string value and int value. Okay, and then this one should have both, and they should both be null. And this one should have both, and they should both be present. Okay, and this should be values. Alright, I think this looks more consistent. What do we get? Ooh, okay, we're close. I think that this is exactly the bug. Right? Yeah, exactly. So we're rendering here pointers instead of rendering values. This is great. Okay, but we get the nulls. That's neat. So now if we go to render, I think what we can do is in like JSON fields. Maybe it's time to split this up into JSON field. Whatever. So here, I think what we can say is like define and encode JSON value with the pointer type. We can just do this, yeah? And then, like, if it's a string, we'll get whatever the string stuff is supposed to be. If it's anything else, we'll get whatever the everything else is supposed to be. And I think life should just be good here. Nope. What do we get? Procedure call matches multiple possible overloads. Huh. I figured that this would be, like, good enough. Right? Like, this is, like, somewhat more specific. Maybe I'll say, like, if we still have a pointer type, reject t dot type equals pointer, then t gets null. Huh? Oh, t's already a type info. Oh, we kind of did it. Oh yeah, my int values are strong now. Great. Okay, cool, this did it. So this says, like, we can't get a pointer here. I suspect this means if we try to render, like, a double pointer, it'll just, like, crap out. Unless you'd had, like, unless you built your own, somehow built your own encode JSON value that worked. And maybe that's, like, a good extension point. But this doesn't want to be 12. This wants to match this number up here, which I set to be 574. All right, great. So now when we run, if I reload this page, this should not be some garbage anymore. It should be like a proper string. We hang forever. We have a string. Cool. Okay. This feels good. Okay. Support for rendering like pointer value JSON fields. Great. Love it. Okay. What else have we got? So there's like a ton of more HTTP that we might support. This is interesting. This is interesting. Testing requests. I think validation appears multiple times. I'm gonna get rid of this one. This is interesting. That's interesting. SQL OR is very easy but fun. How to serialize a time T into SQL. Generally, like, SQL types is like a curious one. Huh. Alright, I don't know what I want to do next. Get rid of that, though. Don't need that anymore. I think I'm approaching the point where, like, to get a whole lot more done, I'm probably going to want I mean, I guess like WebSockets is an obvious one. That's like completely untouched, like surface area. That I think I'm now in a place where I could handle it, right? Like I think the WebSocket spec, the way that it works is I would get, like in here, I could like inspect the requests, and so, like if I got a like WebSocket upgrade, there's like I think it's like this thing. Exactly. So like we would get this WebSocket request that would specify some protocols and stuff, and in particular would include like this stuff. It'll ask for a connection upgrade to WebSocket. And so like right in here, I could like look for a connection header and look for an upgrade header and like run at it. I could also flesh out the like header processing stuff, because I think that there are like several places where like here I'm like iterating over the headers. Maybe just all the for loops in this file. Right, so here I iterate over the headers looking for the content length. Here I'm iterating over them looking for the oh no, this isn't it. This isn't it either. Do I really only iterate that one time? Yeah, for content length. That's curious. I would have thought... Huh, I guess the only thing I pull out of the header... Because like these are on the first line, so the headers just sit there and like aren't going to use at all. But if I were writing some code that was actually poking inside those headers, I'd probably want to write like a header parser and like a somewhat stronger typed sense of like what like lives in those headers, instead of them just being like a bag of key value pairs right now. I don't know. I don't know if I really want to write WebSocket code this second. The other thing is I could poke around in HTTP 2. Or maybe I just like take a break. I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe just playing some video games or something. How do I want to spend this afternoon? Maybe I'll take a nap. I think I'm gonna like sleep on it for a bit. Maybe I'll come back online in a few, like an hour or two. I think I feel great about like having a little HTTP server. Oh, you know what? There's also the obvious like thread pools. Like we should be using thread pools instead of just like handling everything in a single thread. There's sort of like more resilience. HTTP parsing. There's probably like a lot here to do. Yeah, I wonder what my so this probably could be cleaned up a lot now that I'm not spinning up new services all the time. I wonder what this is about. I feel like browsers like ship up all these like funny requests like little by little here and there to like poke around and it's like, hey, you still here? And I think that that's like bringing down. I think like my thing like chokes on those requests. All right, I was gonna look at this. I think though. Yeah, no, that's a specs workspace. This one. So this is the actual like web server production workspace. And I'm curious like how giant my added strings are. This is really not that bad. I thought I was gonna have like 30,000 added strings because I'm relying so much on inserts. But this seems like, I don't know, 1,400 lines of generated code for probably quite a bit more of like handwritten code is not terrible, right? And I don't think this grows like quadratically. It probably grows like less than linearly. Yeah, like roughly linearly. Just like, you know, parsing database tables. This feels fine. This doesn't feel so bad at all. It's like a cool thing that I do. These query builders are a little bit weird though. Yeah, man, check it out. It just like craps out. I wonder what was even in that like request. HTTP line 121. Like what is this about? Like I can't. I wonder if it's just like a ping or something. Like I'm looking for like a full line and I'm not even getting one. I wonder if I can cast it to a string. No. Oh, that shouldn't be bytes, right? That should be bytes. Oh, that's kind of nice. Okay, cool. So I'm reading these lines. Solid, solid, solid. I'll just wait till this crashes again. I wonder if I can like ramble a little more until this thing crashes. Oh yeah, I was poking around in here. And I don't know. I feel pretty good about like this feels like totally acceptable generated code. I think this can be I think that I can do some like better stuff with types. Which might I have some ideas of features that might cause this to like explode. But I don't know, so far I'm not so mad about this. This is just like for each like concrete query we might actually run, we like emit some sort of like query munging business to like glue it all together. Maybe it would be cool to include there it is. Red line, it's just empty. Just get it empty. Without even so much as a carriage return. Huh. I wonder what that is. There's just like pings. The browser's just like checking to see if I'm still there. Just like opening a connection. That seems like a level of information of how browsers work that I have no context about, that I'll have to do a lot of research into to figure out what I'm even doing here. I'm just gonna cut that. My server's down anyway. I'm gonna call it, take a little break, do something else. Feeling great about this though. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye everybody.